next point is usually on the Disney cruise, when you're sailing, on Pirate Night, they have a fireworks show. It's always Pirate Night, right?
Always Pirate Night.
Always Pirate Night. So since the
Except
dream,
in Alaska.
right, then it was Frozen Night?
Yeah, but they didn't have fireworks because remember the wildlife.
Yes, correct. Like like Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, same thing.
But they always have fireworks on Pirate Night, a fireworks display that is like pretty amazing. It's like a pretty legit fireworks show. And you can always see on Pirate Night when you're like standing on the top deck, you could always see like other cruise ships in the distance waiting to watch the fireworks show because it's like really exciting. It's a really cool show. Since our 3-night cruise on the Dream did not have a Pirate Night, they had a fireworks display still, and it was called Disney's Happily Ever After.
I think it was just Ever After.
Okay, Ever After. And the fireworks, Shannon, how long was the show?
It was, I think, 4 minutes. I said it was respectful of our time because, I mean, I just didn't need to be out there watching fireworks for 15 minutes. Like,
no, and the show was, what they put on was great. Good music.
It was
fun.
wonderful.
It was quick, and then we were out of there. I liked it.
Yeah, it was so nice. It was even nicer, to be honest, on my first cruise because we were in a room that could see the fireworks from our veranda. So, like, we didn't even go to the top deck. We just watched it from the balcony.
Okay, my last point is Castaway Excursions, which you, I think, know more about. So go on Castaway Excursions.
So the Castaway Key Excursions, and now, mind you, we sailed before you could go to Bahamas. Like, I mean, as a port of call, basically. So we went on my first cruise, 2 stops at Castaway, second cruise, 1 stop at Castaway. So because we had all these stops at Castaway, I wanted to do something fun at each time. So the first time we did paddleboarding, I had a lovely time with my mom. And then the second day, my family, it was me, my dad, and my brother had both parasailing. And we had done it, like, I would say 3-4 weeks prior to the sailing. And then I randomly got an email 2 weeks before saying that it had been canceled. I didn't think it was a COVID unsafe excursion because, I mean, if I was going to be parasailing with somebody, it would be somebody that I knew. Once we got to Castaway and figured why, like, learned about kind of what happened, a lot of the excursions are actually run by third parties. A lot of those people who work those third parties are not called back, I think, from what they said. So they don't have as many operators for these excursions as they would in normal times. So basically they don't have as many people to run things. We were able to do one excursion that was a third party, like, operated. It was a kayak tour of adult beach area. It was honestly so much fun. I really loved it. Would I have rather done parasailing? Absolutely. However, I really enjoyed it. I mean, I thought there were a lot less offerings listed. So no more like jet skis, no more parasailing, none of the like bigger things. But yeah, it's limited offerings and there's still things to choose from. There's just less things to choose from. And that may change, I think, as things get a little busier. And now that they have more ships are operating out of Port Canaveral. And because when I went, it was like, the Dream and the Fantasy had just started like maybe a month before.
I noticed when I went back to Disney for the first time last August, for the first time in a while, it felt like Diet Disney to me. Like it was like, or like Disney Light. Like it was just less offering. There were less things going on, which is how I feel about on cruise line. Overall, my experience was fantastic. I think that they're doing a great job with what they have. And honestly, I don't have children that I bring with me, so like I didn't really miss the things that were not happening as much. Like I had so much fun with my friends, like doing mostly the same things that we normally do, and I just had a really good time. Disney Cruise Line knows what they're doing. They deliver like a pretty exceptional product every time. The crew members are always incredible and so nice, and so like overall, I would not hesitate to cruise again like tomorrow, even though there are like some changes and restrictions. Like I'm okay. Do you feel the same way?
I completely agree. I think, again, my experience with Walt Disney World, I completely agree. Like, I know that it's different. It was really, really different when we first reopened. However, I think because I had kind of seen that progression, I went into going on the cruise with a very, not low expectations by any means, but I just knew that it would be different. I knew that there wouldn't be as many things. I knew this whole idea of cruising right now is still very, I don't want to say sketchy, but like, it's just very nerve-wracking, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the whole idea of being on a ship with a bunch of strangers, like, it is kind of spooky with the pandemic still in effect. But I felt like if I was going to go on a cruise, which I would only go on Disney anyway, I knew firsthand how they did all the COVID changes once they reopened, and I knew Disney Cruise Line would do an even better job almost. And I do believe they did. I think one of the things I remember is I was with my family and we were in the atrium. We saw this man walking out of Royal Palace, and I saw the cruise director, and he didn't have his mask on at all. And I was like, I wonder if that cruise director, I think her name was Ashley, I was like, I wonder if she's gonna tell him to put his mask on. And sure enough, like, she literally was like, hey, like, do you have your face covering? Like, are you gonna put it on? Like, she's very nice about it. And it just like reinforced the whole notion that like safety really is their biggest priority. Again, when you're on a cruise, I don't think people think about wearing a mask everywhere. And for him, it was like he was just leaving to go to the bathroom for dinner and like didn't even like, he just forgot. Like, and I think that they did a really good job at making sure that people were safe, but also doing a good job still being courteous and still making sure that the whole magic of cruise line was still there, because it was still there. And honestly, maybe because we just needed to go on a cruise so bad,
yeah,
I would have done anything. So I think we're probably a little biased, but I was so ready to go on a cruise. Like, I would do whatever they said.
I feel the same way.
Within reason. Like, I was willing to go like in whatever direction they had us, testing, like getting vaccinated, whatever. I just wanted to be on there.
Me too. Disney knows what they're doing too. I trust.
Yeah, and I felt like we were well taken care of, and the magic was still alive.
Agreed, which we were worried about, and it like all worked out like beautifully. So
it did. It worked out really well, and I cannot wait to sail again.
Same. I literally cannot wait. Shannon, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure having you chat with us because the people love you.
Thank you. Yeah, like I was thinking when I was getting ready for this, I was like, I'm such a fan of yours, and like I'm so proud of your YouTube dreams, because I too love YouTube. So I'm so into it all, but like I'm glad I'm just like a pop-in character, you know, like I just pop in every once in a while and I like enjoy my moments and then move on.
We love you, and the people love you. I'm telling you, always put the comments. Thank you. And I love your cruise enthusiasm, that it's right up there with mine, and that you're so knowledgeable on everything. So thanks for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. Until the next cruise.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.